Hey guys, welcome back to Infinite. This week we're doing a little something different. Have you ever heard of Drunk History, or maybe back in the day Zane Lamprey's Three Sheets? What about the classic Central Florida, going to Epcot and drinking your way around the world? Well, Tom and I are going to drink the wall today.
That's right, all 34 taps. I think the lowest ABV is like 4.5 and the highest is maybe 13.1, so look out.
Yeah, but in that 34 we have one nitro coffee, so that's exciting. But we've also got 4 vodka cocktails in that lineup, so it's gonna make for an interesting video.
No doubt. Let's do it.
All right. Okay, all right, we're back. Let's do the math. We've got 34 beers minus the 1 nitro coffee, 33 times 5 ounces each, because that's what these tasters are, equals 165 ounces, Tom.
That's a lot.
Divide that by 16 ounces in a pint, and we are looking at a little over 10 pints total that we are drinking this morning before we open.
Hallelujah.
But we can divide that by 2 because it's a little better. We can share each taster, and then it's only 5 pints each.
For sure. I think we should probably, let's do it in thirds. Maybe you get 2/3 and I get 1/3. That's fair, right?
That would make for an amazing video by the time we get down there. Amazing, for sure. Speaking of, by the time we get down there, we do have notes up here keeping us in track of which beer is which. So if you see us looking down, that's why.
And I usually have a couple of these before we start filming because I'm kind of annoying sometimes and it helps loosen me up. Have not done that yet today, obviously, so we'll see how things progress.
Yes.
I'll be annoying here and you'll start liking me hopefully right around this part.
And we are not going to stop the camera. We are going to keep on rolling, so no matter what happens, you're going to see it.
All right, let's get it started.
All right. First up, we have our Whitfinite. Tom, that's you.
Ah, yes.
We've heard of Blue Moon. That's very similar to that, but obviously much better because it's our Infinite beer. It's delicious.
It's one of the first beers we ever brewed, by the way.
Huh.
One of my favorites. Always great. Hot summer afternoon.
Whew.
Very crisp.
First one in, and it's already tough.
Yes, yes. All right. Then our next beer is going to be our Raspberry Whitfinite. So it's the same version of the Whitfinite, but we do a raspberry treatment to it post-fermentation. These little 5-ounce pours get bigger when you've got to drink 30 of them.
I will also note that this was Tom's idea early in the morning one weekend. Wakes up and says he has a great idea for a video. Drink the wall. And I don't know what I was thinking because I was just as excited, and I said, okay. So that led us to this video.
All right.
Next up, we have Trails, which is our pale ale. It's a fan favorite, and it is only $4 a pint all day, every day. Can you get a craft beer anywhere for $4 a pint? I don't think so, but wait, you can. You can come in Monday and Tuesday from 4 to 6 and get any of these first 7 beers, our core beers, for half off. So that makes Trails $2 a pint. Oh, thanks for only giving me a little bit. I like that.
There's more about this beer too. It actually helps us grow up the yeast for our West Floridian. So all the West Floridian beers we do, we save money by using Trails yeast.
Speaking of West Floridian.
Oh, yeah. One of my favorites.
It's you.
It is our classic OG Belgian quad. Drinks amazing, paired with grilled foods, steaks, burgers, brats.
This is very true.
And it's 12.1%.
Which is why I'm sipping it very slow and letting Tom drag out whatever he's saying over there.
Right, so also one of the original beers we've brewed, and it's been here since the past 9 years, and we've done a lot of variations with it. We've done a coffee variation, barrel-aged variations.
Which you'll see in a minute.
Yep.
Don't worry.
And here we go, more to drink.
This is also, like Tom said, it pairs really well with steak and meats and stuff. We've seen it at some really fancy steakhouses where they recommend pairing this West Floridian with like their best steak that they have, and it's absolutely amazing. Sorry about the motorcycle if you can hear that. I'm sure you can.
All right.
Next up, we have another OG beer with a little bit less alcohol, coming in at 9.3%. It is our Into the Dark Roast. This is our Imperial Coffee Stout. It starts as our Into the Dark Unknown, which you'll see in a couple beers, but we treat it with coffee to give it that rich, complex, smooth, decadent deliciousness in a glass.
I'm not starting to panic yet, but I'm panicking. There's a lot of beer.
There is a lot of beer. I'm curious how long this is going to be. I'm hoping a few hours, but I feel like we're rolling through it a little fast, so
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous too.
Yep. Okay.
Sorry, I got to finish it.
No worries.
Anything you want to say about roast? While I drink it? It's roasty. All right,
Yeah.
move on to the next.
Moving on. Next up is our Empyrean, our classic take on an IPA.
Going from different beers to different beers is
I know.
palate shock too.
We, of
FYI.
course, should have gone light to dark, but, thought this...
No, we're doing it in order of the paddles.
order of the taps.
Also, let's say we do not recommend anyone do this
Yes.
at all, ever. Do not come in here and order the wall. We're not going to serve you.
Right, exactly. Anyway, Empyrean, Ape Iron, however you want to say it. It's our take on a classic IPA. We try to go after a more balanced IPA than a super hoppy. So that's our Empyrean.
You know what? Speaking of, we're not going to stop the video. I'm hoping I actually pressed record, so I'm going to go run and look real quick because
We push record.
if I didn't, are you sure?
Yeah, we're good.
What if we didn't? And we get through all of them, we have to do it again.
All right, go.
I'm going to go.
Okay. You're supposed to be talking right now, by the way.
Well, then you talk. Okay, I did. All right.
See what happens after a couple beers?
Stop. Listen, I'm only thinking that because remember when we did our barrel testing with all the guys and it didn't record, it only recorded 30 seconds of it, and
Who forgot to do that?
and we had to go back and do it again, all those strong beers.
You're right.
Anyway, so we are now on Into the Dark Unknown, which is our Imperial Stout base, and so good. I mean, if you don't like the coffee treatment with the roast, this beer it's a classic. And those are our 7 cores that you can get year-round. They're always here, and don't forget Monday and Tuesday from 4 to 6, you can get those 7 half price.
That's right. Oh, that was a big one. All right, next up we have our Into the Haze Hazy IPA, which is one of our newer beers, and we've done a couple of videos on how fast it's been exploding and becoming our #1 selling beer. We have it in distribution. You can get it at Publix's. We got a bunch of restaurants and our whole footprint carrying it.
We're already starting to stumble.
And yeah, it's one of our personal favorite beers.
It really is. I'm savoring it after going from that roast to palate shock of this is delicious.
All right, there's the 1/3 and 2/3.
Oh yeah, perfect. 8 beers in. Whew. The next 2, these guys, whew, my belly is feeling this.
I know.
The next 2 beers, we asked the guys to come up with some May the 4th beers, and these are 2 of those. So this one is called High Ground.
And before you started that, what is May the 4th? May the 4th be with you for you start your
yeah,
Star Wars
sorry.
fans?
I'm like, what do you mean what's May the 4th? Doesn't everyone know?
Right.
It's the day before Cinco de Mayo. No. But this one is a stout that they treated with peppers and cherry. So it's really rich, complex, but with a little bit of heat and that cherry finish. It's really good.
Whew. 1/3, 2/3. All right.
Yeah.
That's okay. I got this.
Yeah, you do. I can't wait to see you. Thank God we have notes because I feel like we would not be able to keep up with what.
Oh man, that does have a little kick to it.
Yes, it does.
That's really good, actually.
It's very good. Have you not had that one?
It's been a while. Didn't we talk about leaving a little bit in each glass so we could see for the visual effect?
We did, but
Not doing
it's
so good
not
with that.
happening.
All right. Let's see. Where are we? So,
Here, let me pick this one up while you talk and drink that one.
okay.
Oh, wait, no, you're supposed to drink it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Darn it. I'm trying to help out. we are not going to get, but we always like to carry a cider because we want to have something for everyone. So it is a pineapple hula from Cider Boys, and it has just the right amount of pineapple.
That was not a third, by the way.
Nope, it's not. You're right, because I'm not a cider fan.
Not a sweet fan.
So just the right amount of pineapple. It's really good. And we always want to try, like I said, have something for everyone. So
Yeah, so that's our only guest tap.
yeah, and if you will remember when we first started, going on 10 years ago, all of these were guest taps
And why was that?
because we weren't able to make any beer yet.
Because
And we needed to make money to pay the
right.
rent.
That's right. Because back then it took like it took 8 to 10 to 12 months to get your brewery license.
Yeah.
The state of Florida has changed that now, and it's a lot faster. But we had about a year before we could get our brewery license and start making beer, which is really tough because you have regular monthly bills, and we couldn't rent a place and like figure out our design and just let it sit for a year. That didn't make sense.
And pre-COVID, honestly, half of these taps were guest taps still. We had tons of guest taps that we would keep on here. And then when COVID happened, we were like, screw that. Honestly, let's just make our own beer and fill them all up. And since then, what?
You still on frame?
I am in frame. Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
All right.
All right. That's a good editing tip. If I'm behind the thing, I'm not. But if I'm over here, I am.
And to be honest with you, it's a selfish comment because we cannot do a reshoot. I can't handle this again.
No, this is a one and done. If it doesn't make sense, we're not publishing it. That's what's happening.
Curious how many
But for
people
real,
watch
let me
the-
go back.
All right.
Let me go back to pre-COVID. Literally half of our taps were guest taps, and
Yeah.
then when COVID happened and the shutdown happened, and we had to like only sell package, and we came out with Pick Up Your Pills, which is not on our lineup, but I wish it were. I mean, that's our COVID beer for sure. So we just filled all our taps with our own beer, and we've powered through saying, nope, we don't need to have guest taps. We're a brewery. We are selling our own beer because we're a brewery and we brew everything here. And it's fascinating to me because people come in every day and don't think that we're brewing all these beers here because all you see is the tap room. You don't see behind the double doors back there behind the cooler.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited for the new place because it's going to be such an immersive experience where we're going to have tanks in the restaurant space and by the bar, and you're going to be able to see the whole brewery through the giant opening to the brewery, and it's going to be much more like what we've always wanted, I feel like. So I'm really excited for that, and hopefully by the end of the year we'll be there.
Yeah. And to be fair about the guest taps, I mean, when we started with 40 plus guest taps.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm not.
It's
I'm
hard
not
to
hating on guest taps. That's
Sure,
all.
yeah. It was really hard to like transition off that. We had 40 guest taps, and we also had like a guest bottle shop. So we were world of beer type vibe. 40 taps, guest beers, and a bunch of bottle shop beers. So
Which is a lot, 100%.
we changed that to a ping pong room, which has been much better for us.
Holy guacamole. We're moving from beers to ciders to
Vodka!
vodka, guys. We're ready for the vodka, and I don't think I am. But
So-
we're doing it anyway.
So tell me a little bit about how, oh my gosh, that was a big slur, wasn't it?
Tell me a little bit about how.
Why are we doing vodka? How did that even start?
So, we ended up getting a liquor license. So, some of you who have been in the tap room in the last year or two would know that we had our liquor license and we started carrying craft
Spirits?
spirits. That's the word I'm looking for. Sorry, I'm trying. And we wanted to do like small batch craft spirits where you're not going to go down the street and find the same thing. We were trying to do stuff where it was kind of like us, where if you're at a bar, you're gonna find Infinite, but you won't really find any other like macro stuff. So that was all fun and great, and we had a great thing for that, but we didn't really advertise it too much. But then we thought, why are we doing this? Why can't we do it by ourselves? Why can't we open our own distillery?
Yeah.
So that's what we did, especially moving into the fire station where we were like, man, we've got so much more opportunity to grow. So you drank all this and haven't even said what it is.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh.
So we thought, why not just do our own distilleries? So unfortunately here we don't have enough space to add the distillery. So we've connected with a great partner and they are contract distilling for us, vodka first, and they do our recipe, they bring it in, and then we blend different things that we want to put on draft. We've also kind of done some spins on bottles, so you can come in and get like a shot of vodka or a vodka soda or whatever that we do in our space here, and we sell the bottles of it. We've also got an Into the Dark roast and a Magenta Dragon vodka that we've done, and they are amazing. But so that's how it kind of started. And by the time we get to the fire station, we are hoping to have the full lineup of vodka, gin, rum, bourbon, whiskey, all the good things over there at the fire station, and we're going to have them under our distillery license. So
Sure.
it'll be good, and we'll be able to offer something for everyone. That's again what we try and do with all of our lineup of beers and ciders and vodkas and wines and everything. We want to have something for everyone where you can come in, you can find something to drink. At the fire station, you will be able to find something to eat, which you can't do here, but besides pretzels, which are great. But this one right here is a twist on, this is the wrong page, Tom. You took it away from me.
Did I? All right. So
So this one right here, take me back. Jeez Louise.
that's our fuzzy peach.
So this is our
Sweet tea
fuzzy
vodka.
peach sweet tea vodka, correct, what Tom said. So we took what we did with our vodka line is we wanted to do like a spin on things that we're already doing well. So like I said, the Into the Dark roast, we have a Into the Dark roast coffee-based vodka, which is amazing, and we make a coffee cocktail with it, and it is out of this world. We've also got
What's that cocktail called?
It's called an adult iced coffee,
There you go.
and it's amazing.
And what's in it?
It has Into the Dark roast vodka and heavy cream and I think that's it. Ice.
Yep. And this soda.
Oh, and
the coffee. You put the
caramel
coffee in
syrup.
there, too.
No, it's caramel syrup,
Okay.
but it's delicious. And then we've got a Magenta Dragon, because our Magenta Dragon is a seasonal favorite, and we wanted to play off of things that people like and that they can recognize with our Infinite Distilling Co. So we went with that, and we did a Magenta Dragon Unleashed cocktail, which is out of this world. Like, we spent so long trying to like finalize the magenta vodka at home. So our test kitchen is our home.
Right, for sure.
And it's really good. And then when we wanted to do some more draft cocktails, this is one way that came up with, and it is a fuzzy peach sweet tea. So there's other like sweet tea vodkas out there, but because everyone loves our fuzzy peach, we thought, why not combine the two and make this? And it turned out absolutely amazing. Again, I don't like peach, but I love this.
Right. And while you were talking about that, I just had a little panic attack that maybe my phone stopped recording. So can you go check that?
Why don't you go check it?
All right, sure.
Jeez Louise. Why is it me that has to go check?
Because you're the audio video expert.
That would be absolutely horrible, actually.
Still rolling. I'm seeing
Yay! What are we at? What's our time lapse, Tom?
hour.
Sweet! This is gonna be the best video ever. I hope you all like actually watch it through. Even if you just like fast forward it through to points, I'm good with that.
All right. So where are we at here?
We are at Fuzzy Peach Sweet Tea.
Lemon lollipop.
Lemon lollipop. Oh, let
Here.
me talk about lemon lollipop.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well,
You
you're
sip
drinking it.
and I'll talk.
Okay.
So let me just take this from Tom. Lemon lollipop. Does that look like lemon lollipop? It sure doesn't. So we came up with the idea for lemon lollipop, and it was absolutely fantastic. But Tom wanted to be extra, right?
Extra's good.
So is
Extra.
it?
Yeah.
All right. So he added some elderberry powder to that, and it looks great, but it really looks like our wild berry. And when people are poured lemon lollipop and they get this, they're like, are you sure you're pouring the right one? Well, when you taste it, 100% you're sure you got the right one, because it definitely tastes like lemon lollipop. I mean, like, it's very tart and it tastes like lemon lollipop. But it's funny because literally every person that we pour it for is like, wait, what? That's lemon lollipop? But it's good. It's a good one.
Yeah. So, going back to our
Yeah.
vodka spirits and our distillery side of things.
Ooh.
You're not a sweet fan. So, this is the sweetest of our
Is it?
vodka lineup.
I don't know. That sweet one is pretty good.
The vodka
That
peach?
fuzzy peach. Sweet.
No, this is sweeter for sure. Anyway.
I am not a sweet fan. He is correct. I don't like sweet things.
Right.
Which is why I like you.
No doubt. No doubt. Like I said. Anyway, so yeah, this is yeah, I guess I'll finish that. So with our spirit line, you know, we're having somebody contract distill for us, and we're starting with our vodkas, then we're going to roll into gins and rums. Our bourbons and whiskeys, we're going to take a little bit longer than that, and the whole plan is to, have a symbiotic relationship with the brewery. So as we barrel age some West Floridian, we pull those barrels and we age some bourbon or whiskey in it, let it sit for a while. And the whole thing with bourbon and whiskey is obviously time. We need a lot of time, and that's a big investment. So like some other big distilleries have done that have just opened up in the past couple of years, it takes some time to really get rolling. So it's going to take us a while to get the bourbon and whiskeys going, but we're going to start with the other stuff and have patience with us. And
100%. Please have patience. Just like when we started out. Like I was saying earlier, when all of these were guest taps, like it's kind of the same thing. Now the next two, Tom is picking up my favorite, and he better only third sip that, because these are the next two. That one and this one are the ones.
Here you go.
No, go ahead. Keep bringing more. The next two are the ones that we've had for a while, and they're actually the ones in distribution right now, which we are so excited about. Like, so excited. And this one is wild berry, and it is the less sweet of all of our four vodka cocktails, which is why I like it. It's really, really, really sessionable, which is a scary thing, because if you're sitting out by the pool or out at the beach or on the boat, it kind of creeps up on you, kind of like the BuzzFest headbanger. Like it's one of those. Like it's a 5.5, 5.6% ABV, which is enough to like creep up on you, but not enough to be like, oh my God, I only want to drink like one of those, so, or one or two of those. So this is literally my favorite wild berry, right? It's where it's at.
Yeah. So the plan with our whole distillery kind of started with these canned cocktails. So, it's Florida, it's hot. We like a lot of water activities. We have a boat. We go out of the boat a lot. And we love our beer. Trust me, we love our beer. But there's only so many beers we can drink in a day, especially when we're all brewing 7% beers.
Yeah.
So we wanted something.
This is not what we usually drink in a day, FYI.
Yeah. So we wanted something a little
10:02, by the way.
less carb. Oh, I said it. Low carb.
Yeah. I mean, for real, we do.
And we're buying some of these different canned cocktails, and they just all had some weird artificial flavor taste to it. And I didn't like it.
They had like an aftertaste or artificial sweetener taste or whatever, and it was like, I can't drink that.
Yeah. So we said, hey, you know what? We make amazing beverages. Why can't we make this? So we reached out to somebody that contract distills, and we got some base spirit, and we're like, we are constantly blending, whether
Right.
it's like barrel aged blending or post fermentation blending. Like let's make something that's really good, and we can take out on the boat or the beach and enjoy it. It's not some weird artificial flavor.
Yeah.
And that's where we came up with the wild berry, and the next one, the tropical splash.
And man, have we enjoyed them. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like so much. And again, going back to, so the OGs of our distillery are the wild berry, the tropical splash, which we're going to talk about next, and our bottled vodkas, which are like we want to do flavors based on popular beers, and that's why we did a Magenta Dragon one and an Into the Dark Roast one, and it's been great. I mean, they're like flying off the shelves.
And it's also a learning curve too, because it's like way different with beer.
Everything's a learning curve.
Because you put spirits in a clear bottle.
Yeah.
So you can
and
see,
we use all natural ingredients like we've talked about.
That's right.
So
you can see everything in a clear bottle.
Yeah.
So we always wanted to put Magenta Dragon beer in a clear bottle, but that's a beer
snafu,
faux pas.
Snafu.
I don't
Either
know.
way,
I don't know. I don't want those two, because there's light damage, which affects flavor and everything. So
right. And you can see settling, which you can see in our vodkas.
Right.
But so that's why we say like shake well, because there's going to be some settling in both of our flavored vodkas.
And we started filtering our spirits, which we don't filter in our beers, because we're like a craft brewery, which we don't filter. See, you want the full flavor there. You get into the big, huge breweries, and they filter everything, and you lose some flavor. That you can't filter like a Belgian quad.
No, you definitely lose flavor when you filter. Jeez Louise.
But if you put a flavored vodka in a clear bottle and it's non-filtered, there's going to be
which is literally what we're doing.
There's going to be some sediment. So we're starting to figure that out. And
but there's other bigger vodka makers that do the same thing.
Sure.
And they use all natural ingredients, and they've got a little thing on their label that says like shake, because there's some settlement that will happen. And that's kind of what we're going. We don't want to use those artificial extracts and stuff where you're not going to see the real stuff on the bottom. Like, it's not that much to ask to shake a bottle before you pour it.
That's right. And as we evolve, that'll all change and grow. So that was the wild berry.
Oh man.
Tropical splash.
Tropical splash.
All right. So
look how clear that is. This is what you think of when you see a vodka cocktail, I feel like.
It looks like straight vodka. Is this straight vodka?
No, it's definitely not. It's 5.6%. All of these are 5.6%.
Yeah, so that, like we said, is one we literally concocted for the beach, the boat. Light and crisp, not overly sweet, because it's hard to drink like a few of them if it's like super sweet.
So there's color to it, and that color actually comes from hibiscus, which is interesting because, I don't know, it's just interesting.
So we do a tropical tea treatment, and then
so when he says tea, so a lot of our beers and vodkas and stuff are treated with dried fruits. So when he says tea, he really means dried fruits. So like, there's you can literally make tea out of dried fruits. That's kind of the realm that they're in, but that's what he means. So it's literally like just dried conglomerates of different fruits.
So it's like a fruited tea is what we call it. So it has like a tea base to it, and then I think this one has pineapple and some coconut flavors in there.
And then we add the hibiscus and a couple different things to kind of twist it up and make it so people can't replicate it. But
right, and it's good. It's not overly sweet. I think I had a friend.
But when you when you're drinking out of a can or you're pouring into a glass, this is kind of a look that you're thinking when you think of like a vodka cocktail.
Yeah.
Like the other big brands I'm not going to mention, but that's what they look like. They're just clear, artificially flavored. We are not artificially flavored. We don't taste like we're artificially flavored. It's very good, very balanced.
Yeah, you don't get
Delicious.
that weird artificial flavor taste.
Yeah, man, I hate that.
It's the worst.
I can't. I
things
literally.
are so
I don't think I
expensive.
can. Yeah, they are, and I don't think I can drink any of them. Like there was one that we used to drink. Remember that tequila-based one
Yep.
that we would drink, but all the other ones, I can't do it. They're just artificial.
Yep. All right, so this tropical splash next. What's next? Cinnamon toast roast.
Guys, we are down to the last two that have alcohol in them. This guy is coffee. Ooh, spilling it. So this one right here, cinnamon toast roast. It is, so these three are nitro.
Oh, and what does that mean?
It means that it doesn't have CO2. It has nitrous oxide in it.
Excuse me, the CO2 is just coming out.
So what we do,
nitro is a different gas that we use to
it's not CO2.
carbonate the beer and also push the beer. So it comes out a lot more velvety smooth. So
yeah,
for those of
very
you that are Guinness
creamy.
fans out there,
Yep.
very, very creamy.
Holy mother of Mary.
We just tapped that yesterday, right?
No, today. We tapped this today.
All right, there we go.
Oh my gosh, this is the first time I've had it. So this one was made for our 9th anniversary in March, and we found a keg of it sitting around.
Let's see.
And it is cinnamon toast roast. So it
It
is
smells good.
cinnamony. Let me back up. So it is our Into the Dark roast base with cinnamon and maple syrup. And it's made to be like a French toast, kind of, right? So they treat it with cinnamon and syrup and holy deliciousness. Have another sip.
That's good.
It also means that it is 9.3, so that's why I'm making Tom drink some more. But it's really
Surprise.
good. So the nitro, like Tom was saying, so all the other beers that we've drank are CO2 based, which means they're more carbonated.
Like a regular beer.
Yeah, or soda, or what have you, with the carbonation level. But the nitro, just think of Guinness. Unfortunately, that's what you have to think of when you think of
Right.
nitro, right? Like macro, Guinness, very smooth, creamy, little tiny bubbles. And
That's the thing. CO2 is big bubbles.
Yeah.
Nitro is little bubbles.
Little
so
bubbles.
It's just smoother and creamier when you drink
but
it.
it's super delicious, and this has an extraordinary flavor. It definitely is one that you want to try.
And moving on is our Hogtown Dry Irish Stout. Speaking
of Guinness,
that was my line. You stole it.
that's not on here, FYI. Speaking of Guinness,
So it's a rich, sessionable dry stout. And yeah, it's
delicious.
again on nitro, so it's like very smooth and creamy.
Yeah.
We wanted to make a version of a beer that Guinness drinkers would like on nitro.
So Hogtown is a thing that happens in Gainesville, so it's kind of a local name, which is why it comes with that. But it's an Irish stout at the core, dry Irish stout. So think of it as like Guinness's little nephew, maybe, where it's not quite a Guinness, but it has some characteristics of a Guinness. It's a little drier, it's a little thinner. What would you say? A little drier, a little thinner?
I think you nailed it, but
Yeah.
it's great. It's got some malt,
Delicious, it's very smooth, malty.
nice malt backbone to
Yeah.
it, so you got a lot of flavor to it, but it's
Yeah.
not, I want to say it's not super filling, but after all of these,
Oh my God, everything is filling after all. I'm like shocked that these are all done at the moment.
I know, to be honest with you, I was a little worried there'd be an ambulance here, but apparently not.
All right. No, you finish it. I'm looking for that coffee right there.
All right.
Chug it, chug it. All right. We did it. thank you guys for watching our extremely different take on
And
our
long.
Yeah, I was going to say our extremely different take for our weekly video, and hopefully watching till the end of however long this has been. We started at like a little after 8:30 and it is 10:15 right now, so
Wow.
that's a lot of beers in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But thank you as always for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we are going to finish our 34 beer lineup on a coffee, Nitro Coffee,
Time to start sobering up.
which you can get at any time. We make our adult iced coffee off of it, or we can just serve it to you like this. So cheers. Thanks, guys. See you next week.